Hi, welcome to another episode of CDS Career Development Service. Today we're going to talk about personal branding. Now, even I have written a lovely book on the same, how you can create your personal brand and how unparalleled growth of branding takes you to the level altogether. Remember, these books are not for sale. Want it? Just ask me. I'll give it for free. I don't sell books. I just write it. You know why I write it? Creating personal brand. Yeah, so I've written more than 15 books, written research papers, uh, all that for my personal branding, right? I have the jobs that I get, I have got earlier, meeting process, composers, tech, relationship, contacts, and my personal brand. Every time it has always been that somebody or the refer trigger. Why? Because I created that beautiful LinkedIn profile, my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, all speak the same. So if you want to know how, let me tell you. But basically, a lot of students feel that academic is the way to go, and you are focusing totally on academic. But I tell you, if you want to stand out in the highly competitive market, you need to create your personal brand. Yes, because companies don't just hire degrees. If you are, oh, yeah, I got a PGM degree, great. But they hire personalities, they hire skills, they have confidence, they hire how visible are you. So once your resume comes, they look into 360-degree. You may be saying, you know what, I'm a brand strategist, but not one post on LinkedIn. Nowhere you're talking about the brand strategy. No, books that you have reviewed out there. There's no reviews about it. You've not reposted somebody's thing. How can they select you? You're talking about you're an investment banker, but there's nothing out there. You're talking about you're into L&D, but there's not one training data that you put out there. So you need to talk about your personal brand. Your strengths, your achievements, your leadership, your unique values. Yes, it would be slightly uncomfortable. Yeah. But the idea is, right now I'm recording this with you at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's uncomfortable. But I know that these videos are going to help, in terms of branding, in terms of reaching out to people, in terms of people learning about it. Make sense? Yes. So finally, why personal brand? Getting internship placement, networking opportunity, and industry recognition. You need to be recognized as the best intern, investment banker, or the best L&D, or the best performance manager, uh, brand manager, research. You need to have that unique thing. People should know you. The industry should know. Yeah. So saying that, let me share my presentation. So there you go. The student branding blueprint, a step-by-step framework to stand out, land premium offers, and combine higher salary. Yes, if you do your branding well, you do get higher salary. Slideshow. Okay, so basically, what we're talking about is the generic ones, which are lost, right? But we are talking about, candidates who are remembered, who are branding themselves well. Yeah. Uh, Let me place it so that your slide is there. So basically, we are talking about deliberate image creation. Yeah, deliberate image creation. What I'm saying is, it doesn't happen on its own. You need to put some effort out of it. Yeah, highly. So once you have done that, you'll highly anticipated in interviews. Uh, you know, uh, the the recruiters know what you do, how you behave, what exact value are you bringing on the table before they even recruit you. Everything is there on the social media, so it becomes very easy, right? So you need to talk about internship, your online presence. You need to be known for community attitude. So basically, it's a comparison between people who are not doing anything and who are doing it. How does it help? Okay. Next is the foundation. The foundation is discover unique value. That's the challenge. Many times you've heard from people saying, I have, what, I want to get into finance, or I want to get into marketing. What's unique value? What's your strength? So if you're not still done it, go check one of my videos which talk about how you can identify unique strength and how you can then choose your specialization. So once you've done that, come back here and So the idea is build your foundation well, academic, core skills. Then the next part is creating your uh, business card. What is a business card we are talking about? Not a proper business card, your social media business card. your resume, your LinkedIn, what kind of experience you have, how does your public image, what's your public image, what do they perceive? Like, before I joined into academics, I was a sales coach. So if you see out there, all that is regards to sales coaching, the testimonials, everything. Yeah. And then polish corporate readiness. Perfect. So once you've done the foundation, the external proof, then you need to polish yourself. And all through this, we're going to be with you to help you. Okay. So what this is all about is, what are those? You cannot be generic. You need to be specific. You cannot say, what, anything will do. Many a time, people are looking for jobs or finance, marketing, kuch bhi chalega. It's not right. You need to define what you need and you need to work on it and it should be known. So what comes easily for you? What's your natural strength? Like my natural strength is connecting with people. My natural strength is not sitting with a spreadsheet or, a document does come naturally for me. We have to do it, but it doesn't come naturally. My natural thing is connecting, being TEDx speakers, Josh Talk speakers, going to different panelists, talk about it comes naturally. I don't have to exert myself, right? But if you put me into Excel sheet and talk about the data, not me, not the kind of person I am. Yeah. So that's why I chose marketing. So what's your natural sense? What roles pull your interest? Whether it's product management, whether it's marketing management, whether it's finance, whether it's consulting. And then, write three adjectives. You don't know us, people around you. They will define who you are, what do you do. Okay, I'm not going to go through each slide, but stop each slide, pause, read it because it's got around 24 slides. So I'm just going to rush through it. I'm going to give you the big picture and then, you can take your time and study it. Yeah. So academic, definitely it's very important. You need to work on your academics, be regular in classes, business track, master communication, Excel, PowerPoint, functional knowledge of the business, tech track, if it's data analytics, coding, data structure, anything and everything to do with it. And then the micro planning part is 1 hour each day. Just 1 hour each day. You need to work on your skill building. Right? Excel, case studies, mock interviews. Just go through it. Go through the TED Talks. You will have a great idea about it. And then make sure you promise yourself that one skill per semester. It's Excel automation, email marketing, basic, whatever it is. Yeah. So this again is on the left hand side, you can see your resume. On the right hand side, you can see your LinkedIn profile. So make sure it is very specific. Like PGM student targeting marketing analyst role with 10 years campaign exposure. Very, very specific. Very specific. Just don't write anything out there. You have need help, you will take care of it. But right now you need it. Then experience is your internship. That is why I say your internship is very important. Your placement would depend on your internship and your life projects, the academic projects that you're doing. Yeah. And then skill zone, what are the softwares, what are your function skills, what is your core skills, everything around. Same thing has to be replicated on LinkedIn. And that's why the same thing, then you can put it in detail because here you just got 1 to 1.5 pages, but here it's long, whatever. So impact formula, how you want to create it. Goal of the project, basically, the company would pay me a premium if you have done your internship, if you have created your portfolios of projects. That is where what you're looking at. So basically, goal is to have basically increase your social engagements. Yeah, you need to put that out there. Your personal action, basically, all that small events that happen. Suppose there's a TED talk happening in college, please be part of it. Suppose there are some guest coming, be part of it. Yeah, suppose there are panel discussions, be part of it. Suppose they're anchoring, be part of it. You can write all that here. And then, you can do some projects. I've been sending students for projects while they are being part of it, where they are learning marketing, finance. So all that would help you in terms of results, 40% user growth. This is what is corporate. Like the placement agency, the recruiters are looking for this. Yeah, and supporting examples are your internship, your projects that you're doing, your college roles, whatever you're trying to done, what you've done, all that adds up. So it's important to create an impact formula. Then curate your public image. How do you do that? Your digital presence. Yeah, post on LinkedIn. It says month, but it is week. Once or twice a week, you should post. You need to write about book summaries, case studies, right? And then offline, be the person who is respected, be the person who's reliable, be the person who's ambitious, or the campus knows because if some students do get some jobs, yeah, they want to ask, "Kaisa hai? What do you think about that person?" Now, if somebody is very lazy, always late in class, this is the definition we have, right? I have students. This, I won't take names, but somebody I can bank on. If there's any event happening, I know I just give it to the marketing club, the office bearers. There are the four office bearers I have, and I just can bank on them. I know they will do it. Yeah, so you need to have that kind of confidence, the respect, and the faculty support that's there. So consistently attend guest lectures, company presentations. When these guests come, connect with them. That's important. Yeah. Again, escaping the one trap is many people have got, but they don't have a. So you need to create a deliberate image, which needs which company will notice and then pay premium. So, a three-word distinct identity, metric driven, the networks that you have, email placement, hybrid certainty, all that is going to help. Perfect. And then we are talking about step one, step two, till step five. What is it? Discover value and build your foundation. Yes. And then just to repeat, experience and improve. And then placement ready with regards to networking and everything that is required. Very important, I wanted to highlight that book writing. Book writing is something I'll just show you, again, it's not for sale, it's just to help you understand branding. Yeah. Next book that I wrote was on Zero to IPO, which is basically in terms of how you can start from scratch and how can you build your company. Next book that I wrote was Ending Status Quo. It's basically how to change your comfort zone because everything is changing. Companies are coming. If you do not disrupt, you will get disrupted. The next I talked about sales success mantra, sales, what is required out there. The next I'm talked about was marketing. All this, again, it's not for sale. I'm not trying to kind of sell books here, but just to tell you that books will help reinvent build your brand, right? And then also research papers, because of which I used to get a lot of networking opportunities, speaking engagement, industry conferences, collaborations. You become an expert in the field. And it's not difficult. Just meet me. I can tell you how to do it. We can also help you publish it. Yeah. So engineering a unique value with your natural strengths, the exciting industries, and how do you want to be known, and then start working towards it. Yes. Again, I'm skipping the slides. It's long. Somewhere it is some things which are repeated. Again, repetition is the mother of learning. So once you hear, twice you hear, it gets registered. Yeah, so you need to work on your business track, your tech track. Again, all that is important, why? Because your internship is very important, right? The project portfolio, the dashboard on your during your internal projects, like in channel sales. I send you to when I teach you channel sales, when I teach you MM2, I send you to malls, to different modern trade centers. These malls are there. Go check, ask what is it all about, how do you place your products, everything about channel management. Those projects that you do, you need to create those dashboards. You need to create that, research, right? And then ownership of different events and all that you need to put in your resume. Yeah, so you need to work on your online and offline footprint. Again, this is repetition, but again, repetition is mother of learning. Yes, so step six, corporate ready competencies, communication. You become a brand. What does it mean? You appear for mock interviews, you do well in your interviews. Even if you've done that on your LinkedIn, but you're not speak well, what does it happen? Right. So then also we are talking about your behavior. And how do you demonstrate? Are you functional? Or the deadlines? Are you having feedback in team setting? During your time with us, all this matter, your domain, how good you are, your tools and techniques, right? So company would pay a premium for all this. Yeah, not just academics, it's an all-round thing. Okay, so what we're talking about is structuring the network node. You need to connect with your alumni, you need to connect with your guests, you need to talk about the seniors who are different companies, a beautiful network as such. Yes, the 4 year execution, I would say 4 years, 1.5 years, if I'm not mistaken. So what you need to do is you need to discover your strength. You need to create your resumes. Then you need to create your LinkedIn profile, your internship. Then you need to refine all that. Again, I'm not going to the details. Stop, watch, and you can see what it is. Yeah. So what is this ROI, return on investment? What is it all about? We talk about if you want a premium placement, what do you need to do? Strong brand, clear pitch when you talk about higher shortlist of rates, demonstrable impact in terms of projects, reduce employee training risk. Why? Why? Because they don't want to take you and train. They want students to be ground zero. So the day they join them, they start. A lot of the students have this thing that once I join in 3 months of training, nothing doing. People want students to be ready, right? Once you've done that, higher starting salary, professionalism, reliability, immediate workplace trust. So as you join, immediately you know everything about the place, you match the culture, and you're ready. And that's what is required in terms of placement. The next is we have discussed this ready to launch. You need to be very clear about your skills, metric driven resume, metric driven, 40% increase in revenue, right? Your internship, your mock interviews, do not miss your CDS classes, right? And network connection. It's been repeated a couple of times. The reputation is the one that I'm learning. I want you to kind of remember that. Again, this is the same thing that I've talked about: readiness, communication, important, your behavior, domain knowledge, your basic tools. Connect with your seniors, yeah? Inquire with them what's happening, and then anchor all that in your resume. What does that mean? That you need to identify some of those people, the guests that are coming out here, understand what they are, where they're coming from, understand the seniors, where they're working, uh, you know, uh, prepare some targeted questions. There's another slide that I have, which is basically talking about your questions define the kind of person that you have, your thoughts. So what specific skills help you get selected? What element should I focus on highlighting my CV? So all these questions would help you understand what the senior is doing and then work backwards and put that in your resume. Okay. So same thing, discover evidence and leadership, polishing portfolio, and then targeting execution. Yeah. Branding drives composition. That's what I've been telling you. If you want a premium job, you need to work on yourself. This is the time, and then when you're talking about a few things that is there is basically um, when you're talking about impact and reliability, get recommendation your dean, from your program director, from senior faculty, from everybody and anybody that is there. Ask them to give recommendations, right? And that would help you take your resume to a different level. So yes, I've already talked about that, how you can create a brand value and making sure that the training that is there is less. So if you work hard now, you need less. When you say when you're starting work, at that time you will not have problems. So the last slide is basically again checklist. Everything that I've told you, your defined skills, your clean and metric-driven resume, your internships, your mock interviews, and your network. If you just work on these 5 things, and there's an Excel sheet that I can share it with you where you just tick up whether you're doing it on a daily basis, within 3 to 6 months, you'll be able to get a premium placement. Yeah. And make sure that your brand is great. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Again, I just gone through the entire thing. Uh, Pause, watch. Few things are repeated just to make sure it drives home. Yeah. Thank you so much. All the best.